What's going on, everybody? Voidlego here, back with a brand new episode of Chaos Head Noah. Last time on, after the third melt happens, Takumi finds himself in the mysterious, beautiful sky, the blue sky above him, while below him is a pristine lake. And all he can see are different after images of Remy all over the place. He sees that one of the Remys sinks below the water, and so he chases after her. And so he goes into a deep, dark darkness in which he finds hundreds, thousands of different copies of Remy. And eventually he sees the memories of these other Remys. It turns out that when Remy was but a young kid, her parents unfortunately died in an accident, and she was snatched up by none other than Orusei Genichi in order for him to test out Remy and pretty much break her to make her into a gigglomaniac in the various horrible ways and methods he used on her were truly horrifying. So much so to the point that Remy basically killed herself over and over again within her own mind in order to have some sort of semblance of sanity of herself. And, well, eventually, Genichi broke her and made her into a gigglomaniac and getting a discord. But after seeing all of this, Takumi is able to put together Remy by taking all of these different copies of herself and kind of overlapping each other, and they finally kiss. And so Takumi wakes up back in the real world with Remy in front of him, finally back to her normal self, really, I guess. But Remy knocks out Takumi, or makes Takumi sleep, in order for her to sacrifice herself against Genichi and destroy Noah itself. And so she sets off with Shogun giving the last of his willpower, or his last delusionary powers to her, in order to defeat Genichi. And after a long, hard battle, and with Remy letting Nanami escape before anything happens to her, she manages to kill Genichi, but is unable to destroy Noah before she succumbs to her wounds. And right now we find ourselves with Takumi waking back up. And so we're probably going to finish the Remy route this episode and possibly get started on the final route. So yeah, guys, let's get right into it, shall we? When I opened the door to my base and stepped out, a clear blue sky jumped into view. I had the feeling that it had been raining, but must have cleared up pretty fast. I hadn't been able to find Remy anywhere. She had vanished without a single word to me. Once again, she had disappeared on me. I'd been waiting and waiting for hours on end, but she never came back. Instead, waiting outside my base was... oh boy.
Shogun!
Moving very slowly, the wrinkly boy in the wheelchair worked directly at me. Terrified, my legs gave out on me and I fell to the ground.
君はこれから自由だよ。僕はあと1時間もしないうちに生き絶えるだろう。君に脅威を与える存在はリミが殺してくれた。
Hearing her name sent a wave of relief through me. Remy had tried her hardest to protect me?
青井瀬名と折原梢の死体は僕が隠しておいた。
Makes sense.
七海は病院に収容された。だから君はもう自由だ。
I didn't understand. Wasn't he my enemy?
リミはどこへ？リミはもう戻ってこないよ。え？それじゃあ。
Shogun, skillfully maneuvering his wheelchair, turned his back to me. I blinked once, and within that time frame, one that hadn't even spanned a single second, Shogun had vanished without a trace. What the hell? What had just happened? Only a couple moments after that, I heard a low-pitched quaking noise in the distance. Looking over towards the center of Shibuya, I saw something, as if there had been a giant explosion. A single cloud of dense black smoke was making its way up into the sky. Something had happened. No, something was happening. An uprising? Something paranormal? What, maybe even a battle between giggle-maniacs? Whatever it was, it scared the hell out of me. And the mysterious appearance from Shogun had also scared the hell out of me. Didn't want to go anywhere near what was happening out there.
Rimi wa modotte konai.
But Rimi could have been over there. She had disappeared once again, and yet I was surprisingly calm. It was strange. For some reason, I didn't feel like I'd been betrayed this time. This time, I had the strong belief that Rimi was somewhere out there, struggling all alone, trying her absolute hardest for my sake. But Rimi, haven't you done enough? Haven't you faced enough hardships as it is? You shouldn't have to suffer any longer. There's no reason to. It's not right. I remember the soft sensation of her lips. I was going to look for her. I'd had enough of not doing anything, of staying in my room all day like a coward. Our future, for both Rimi and I, the lives that we shared, there were so many incredible, amazing things waiting for us in the future. I chose to believe that, and I knew in my heart that it was right to do so.
朝一緒に学校行って学校では休み時間にどうでもいいこと話してお昼休みは一緒にご飯食べて夕方一緒に帰って帰るついでにたまにどこかのお店に寄ったりしてタックの部屋でちょっとだけおしゃべりしてそれでまた明日ねって手を振って別れてそんなのでいいなら私いくらでもしてあげるよそういうの結構憧れなんだ
Now I understood. I understood what she had meant by those words. How much she wished for such a simple life. When I thought back on everything, I realized that the time I spent with her had only been a few hours in total, but I had loved every last second of it. I was always happy when I was with her. To me, who had gone through every day all alone as a shut-in, living as though I was dead, Rimi's smile had been my soul's source of hope. It told me that a bright future existed ahead of me. Rimi had smiled for my sake. So now, she should smile for her own sake. I believed she would come back. But this wasn't my usual escapism, hoping to avoid reality, no. This was my resolve. I would believe only in her, for she had promised me she would be with me forever. So get moving. Move your ass, Nishijou Takumi. Oh shit. And so in order to see her again, I headed toward the destroyed Shibuya. Wait for me, Rimi. I'll find you. I know I will. Holy shit. And this time, I'll stay by your side. Whoa, holy shit. So I was right. If I just kept playing for a couple more minutes, I could have reached the end of this. But, son of a bitch, that ends on a cliffhanger. Ooh, shit, though. Yeah, this song is upbeat. That was a good ending. I like that. That was Of course, Remy's route was going to be good, but like, goddamn, that was pretty damn good. I like that a lot. Especially with, like, because of it, Takumi finally finds a resolve within himself to move forward, to actually get to that future he wants, to have kind of a normal life, you know? With her, you know? I mean, you can call it normal life or not, but like, just any type of future with Remy. Damn. That was really good. I think, shit, what is my rank? I think it's number 1. I think this is number, like, 3. This is, like, number 3. This was pretty damn good. I definitely like Elise's and Kazuki's more. Definitely hit more on an emotional level. But, like, this was pretty good. This was pretty good as well. Yeah. Alright, cool. Sick. Alright. Well, let's fucking do it, folks. Since I'm not ending the episode at 11 minutes, let's get into the final route, shall we? And finally see how all this all ends, really. What is the true ending of Chaos Ed? What happens to Shibuya? What happens to everyone? The anima image. Funny. Anima is, that's psychological for, fucking, was it Jung's? I think it was Jung's philosophy of, like, the, anima being representative of the, female aspect of the mind, if I remember correctly. I think so. I could be completely fucking wrong. It's been a while. But, there it is. Blue sky. The final route. Alright. Wait, before we do that, look, 8 out of 9. Let's also go ahead, go to tips. Plate Tycoon. A disc sword that reflects Remy's longing for, as well as deep desire to see the blue sky, materializing in the form of wings that would help her fly to that sky. Unlike the other disc swords, it can divide into multiple parts and transform, which hints that the existence known as Sekihata Remy is one of countless divisions and births. In real booting, innumerable white feathers are released from the sword and scattered across the air. However, even these are a part of this sword. Alright, and that's the last of the disc swords. Let's do it. Let's get into Blue Sky. Let's see what the hell this is. Started where it all began. Chapter 10, Blue Sky. Oh shit.
西条七海が祈る。兄と共に収容された病院。怪我人があふれた待合室の片隅にうずくまり、実の兄のしわくちゃの手を握りしめて、右手の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。もう一人の兄の無事を。楠木優愛が祈る。倒壊したビルの瓦礫。そこに埋もれるように横たわるコンテナの中で、彼の美少女フィギュアの一つを握りしめて、地震と火事で醜く変形してしまったフィギュアたちの姿に感じた胸の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る。彼女を許してくれた少年の無事を。
This moment is so much more impactful with doing all their routes.
岸本綾瀬が祈る。避難所となっている水明学園。その校舎の屋上で
空を見上げて、神話が書かれた文庫本を握りしめて、崩壊した渋谷を覆う不特定多数の妄想が見せる悪意の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る。彼女の歌を、彼女の話を聞いてくれた少年の無事を。折原梢が祈る。新鮮駅の薄暗いホーム。青い瀬名の震える手を握りしめて、足の傷の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。心の声で語り合ったクラスメートの少年の無事を。青い瀬名が祈る。横たわる父の傍らに座り、父の冷たくなった手を握りしめて、最後まで素直になれなかった後悔の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。彼女のお願いに不器用ながら答えようとしてくれた少年の無事を。
This is also great because they're in the order of we play the Loutsum. Nanami, Yua, Elise, Kazooie, Senna, and Rumi.
咲畑リミが祈る。冷たい床に横たわりながら、彼へ伸ばした自らの手をきつく握りしめて、傷だらけの彼の姿を見て感じた。締め付けられるような胸の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。自分が守ろうとした、自分を助けに来てくれた少年の無事を。
僕は何もできなかった。君が行動したんだ。その結果としてみんなが君のことを見てきた。君という周囲共通認識はとっくに出来上がっているんだ。これからは、いや、もうすでに君こそが。
僕は、君は誰？君は僕。
Oh shit. Okay, I see. I see. Okay. For this first attempt, I'm gonna try to do this just on my own. I'll try. No promises though. No problem. Let me go ahead and just save real fast here. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this on my own. I'm gonna try. I'll give it a shot. You are me. Yes. Kashoken. Oh,
僕は君。
I am you. Yes.
僕なんていない。
There's no me. No.
君なんていない。
There's no you. There's no me. There's no you. No. I'm trying to like decipher this. Because that's the problem here. It's trying to decipher of this is the moment where Takumi becomes himself, becomes his own entity as a person, really. Separate from Shogun. His own person with feelings, personality, with everything. There's no you. Yes.
Boku wa boku ja nai.
I am not me. This is difficult. I'm trying to navigate this of like what I am not me. Yes, no. Yes, no. I am not me. You are you. I am not me. Yes. No. Yes. No. No, you are you. No. No, you are you. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, this is all that. Yes, no. Oh shit. This is gonna be. This is a lot of fucking choices. This is why I want to only try this once. You're my big bro. Yes, no. Yes. But no. But yes. But no. Fuck. Oh, do I say yes or do I say no? Because technically yes. But at the same time, no. Oh, do I say yes or no? Fuck. Fuck. I love this, though. This is so fucking cool. Of, like, self-realization. Of becoming your own being. Takumi becoming his own person. Okay. Let's go with yes. Or should I go with no, since that's not technically right? I'm trying to think. Yes, no. Let's go with... yes.
あなたは西条くん。
Oh, all these routes. Oh my god. Yes.
君はたく
Oh. You're Takumi. You're Nishijou. Takumi. Oh, this is so fucking good. This is so good. This is so good. Unfortunately, it's going to be a long answer, but but no, this is so fucking good. Takumi. Should I say yes again? Should I say yes for all of these? Or should I say no? Or should I say yes? I just have to go with my gut. I just have to go with my gut. I just gotta go with my gut. Yes.
あなたはたくみさん。
Yes.
お前は西条。
Yes.
あなたはタク。
I wonder, did we say no to all of those others, then we finally say yes to Remy? I wonder if that's the answer. I want to bet that is the answer, but it's too late now, but yes.
僕は僕。
Oh. Yes, I am me.
僕は妄想の存在。
Do I say yes? Because that is true. No. No. No, no, no. Wait, no. You know why? In the beginning you were. But now, with the many people you have interacted with, can you really call yourself a delusionary existence? What is a person? What is a person truly? What is a person? You can recognize somebody by mutual recognition. We can all point to like a famous actor, like Ryan Gosling, right? We can all point to him. Because everyone has the mutual understanding of who Ryan Gosling is. But what if nobody knew Ryan Gosling? What if nobody had an idea of Ryan Gosling's existence? Therefore, he would be delusionary. It's only until people see you, are able to understand you, are able to see you, able to give you a name, able to shake your hand, able to understand who you are, do you turn into reality. That's what it is. That's what it is. Technically, we're all delusionary existences until we are looked in the eyes by another person. That's what makes us human. That in itself is because of our connections, we are able to be human. Sure, we understand we exist. You watching this video, me recording this, I understand I exist, but by mutual recognition that you can be realized by other people, that you can really exist in reality to actually interact with it. No. No. You're not a delusionary existence anymore, Takumi. You're so much more than that. You're so much more than that.
僕は存在する。
I exist. Yes.
僕は西條匠。
I am Nishijou. Takumi. Yes.
僕はその声が聞こえた瞬間に意識が僕を固定した。
Oh shit.
ぐちゃぐちゃにかき回されていた世界が一気に収束する。混沌は僕の理想度を形作って収束する。僕は僕としての形に戻る。世界は世界としての形に戻る。僕は僕だ。
Yes. I could see clearly now. All my wounds had healed. My top and bottom halves were connected. I was standing on my own 2 feet. The pain was entirely gone. Serenity filled my heart.
妄想によく打ち勝ったね。
Oh shit.
僕の最後の力を君に託すよ。
Oh, fuck. I noticed Remy at the edge of my vision. She was okay. She was looking at me. Tears were falling down her face. Don't cry. Summoning my strength, I grasped the Del Sword's hilt. I ascertained its feeling. My arms worked better than ever. I had completely regenerated. Oh shit. I focused my eyes on Noruse.
確かに僕は化け物だよ。でもこれが
So I can rescue Remy. So I can destroy Noah too.
僕が望んだ妄想だ。
Noruse's response was swift. He had yet to harvest a code sample of Nishijou Takayumi. The delusion was supposed to have cornered the boy and shattered his psyche, but now the tables had turned. And that he could not allow. Noruse closed the gap between himself and Takayumi. Taking a specific angle, he swung his sword from below. With this sword that he could cleave any known object, he diagonally carved through Takayumi's chest. The target's durability made no difference, killing a person with it as simple as slicing through a block of gelatin. With one quick swipe from Noruse, Takayumi's body was split into pieces. His head, right arm, and right shoulder all slid cleanly off of his body. Internal organs littered the floor, but not a single drop of blood fell with them. The lower half of Takayumi's body began to give way. He braced himself. He managed to plant his feet. In the following moment, the cross-section of his wound began to undulate and squirm. Holy shit. A burbling noise ensued. Then he regenerated. Even though his body had been cleaved apart a mere second ago, already a new head, a right arm, and shoulder had been born. His old head and internal organs remained where they had slid free from him.
痛覚は遮断した。
With a single step, Takayumi approached Noruse. Noruse clicked his tongue, then turned over his disc sword.
肉体の形を捨てたがゆえにいかなる形をも取れるということですか。
あんたの見せてくれた妄想のおかげだよ。
He was unable to retain his shape as a human being. He had taken in the delusion and made it his own. This was not regeneration, but replacement. Missing parts replenished, flesh and bone were produced once again, all progeniting infinitely from the dust within his body. His shape was not fixed. Like an amoeba, like a collection of slime, he could change himself freely. That was the reason Takayumi called himself a monster. Takayumi took yet another step toward Noruse. Noruse's frustration increased. Gripping the hilt, he thrust his disc sword at the approaching Takayumi. Takayumi's head found itself between a colossal pair of scissors.
脳を失えば妄想はできないでしょ。
I know we read this before, but it's still pretty fucking cool. Takayumi's head was crushed. It split like a watermelon. Blood and gray matter burst forth. Everything above the neck was gone, and yet Takayumi's body remained. Regeneration replacement was instantaneous. As soon as his heel hit the ground, as if nothing had happened, as if he had been entirely replaced, his head returned right to where it had been, without a single scratch. Noruse awakened to an understanding he could not win this fight. Physical attacks with his disc sword were useless. The delusional attack denying the boy's reason for existence had been taken in and used for an alternate purpose. The current Nishijou Takayumi was all too removed from human normalcy, all too distorted of an existence, all too fitting as a monster. And yet, despite it all, Noruse had no intention of conceding. His next thought was to utilize Noah 2's power to bombard Takayumi with innumerable antiparticles. Bombardment with antiparticles could transform any known existence into negative matter, and indeed ultimately itself collapse. If disruption from the surface was not viable, then collapse must be undertaken from within.
そうなんだね。
Oh. Noruse's thoughts had been read by Takayumi. Oh shit. The shine of Takayumi's disc sword transformed from red to black. A black flame enveloped the blade. It wiggled forward, extending outward. Its shape resembled that of a dark colossal serpent.
そして現れるの。
It roamed throughout the dome as if constrained by it. Toward the ceiling, toward the floor, as though it was wicking them up, as though it was scraping them away. It simply consumed.
邪神の黒き大事。あらゆる崩壊を飲み込み、邪神を踏み砕くことができ、糖質にして異質なる。
The body of the colossal serpent was composed of anti-particles. With a mere touch, it could send any known object into self-collapse. A torrent of destruction composed of near infinite greed.
触手芸はあんまり好みじゃないけど。
There and then, Takeumi's death sword swung, its pointed tip fixed on Narose. Oh, shit. Maybe it has been a long time, but, like, I don't remember this. Holy shit. Well, I remember the serpent part, but I don't remember all this cutscenes. The dark serpent, biting itself in the coil, curved its body like a whip. Its jaw snapped to Naruse.
まさかこれほどとは。
Not once had Narose had ever seen such a phenomenon from a disc sword. He could not discern whether it was the hidden power of all Gimbo maniacs or merely Takeumi's delusion. The dark fangs eluded Naruse's body and began to collapse. I wonder if this is the bad ending or the good ending. I still can't tell. I guess we'll find out. All too slowly, like a frog slowly dissolving in the belly of a snake. Darkness swallowed him. He felt no pain. By nature, his death should have been instant. But that was not what Takumi wished for. Realizing this, Naruse's lips twisted into a derisive smile. Naruse had no fear of death. One could say that the ideals he pursued had been accomplished with the completion of Noah 2.
私を殺してもノア2には誰も近づけない。永久期間なんですよ、それは。人類を未来永劫にわたって管理し続ける。ただ座して眺めているだけではない、人の幸福のために干渉してくる人工の神なのです。
Naruse was God's inventor, so to speak. As long as Noah 2 continued to exist, mankind would not perish, and the eternal utopia Naruse sought would become real. However...
あんたなら近づけるんでしょ。
The serpent's body wiggled and writhed with Naruse in its grasp, lifting his body into the air.
それならあんたは鍵だ。
Naruse was astonished, but soon enough his face changed into an expression of pure agony. The serpent swung about his body with ease. Takumi shot a glance at Remy. Their eyes met. Just what was Remy feeling as she watched him? Leading her mind would have been effortless, yet Takumi did not want to sweat. It seems there was a secret after all. Oh. He quickly averted his eyes. His gaze had shifted to the still humming Noah 2, the throne of God, where none could stand foot, a cradle which showed not what dreams of bliss.
ごめん。
He apologized to no one in particular.
僕は人類にとっての敵かもね。
The eternal utopia this device would have brought, a future without conflict. Takumi would extinguish them with his own two hands. Was that right, or was it wrong? Takumi could not give the answer to that.
でも神話でもよくあるでしょ。神だって女絡みでうだうだやってる。だから僕も。
Will sacrifice the happiness of mankind out of love for a girl. Takumi, distorted hand, bent his arms in a giant arc.
突き破れ!
He thrust it forth, just like a javelin. The colossal serpent of darkness charged straight ahead. With the bait known as Naruse impaled by its tip, it flew straight through Noah 2. An enormous serpent of anti-particles capable of terminating any known object. It had no will of its own, and thus it was not something that could have been warped nor distorted. With a greedy impulse to destroy, using Uruse as the key to the delusional barrier, was easily smashed to pieces. Oh shit. Oh fuck. And thus his discord was finally destroyed. Can we see it finally? That blue sky. When had the rain begun to fall? There had been just a huge explosion, and its blast blew my body awake like it was nothing more than a lag doll. Next thing I knew, I found myself lying here. Those eyes were always watching me. The stare pierced through the thick, pitch-black rain clouds and poured down on me like rain. Don't look at me. My body couldn't stop shivering, not from the chill of the rain, but rather the ice-cold rubble against my back. So terribly cold. A gaze pierced me from the heavens. Who it belonged to, I couldn't say. As if to escape it, I raised my head to look at the environment around me. There I saw a ruined city. There I saw despair. There I saw death. There I saw nothingness. Not a soul was there. Not a soul was moving. Not a soul was left alive. The only thing I could hear was the sound of the rain covering. At this rate, everything, both the living and the dead, would it all be gently embraced and washed away? Wait, verse 1999. How nice it would be if all of this was just a delusion, but that didn't seem to be the case. I couldn't move my body. I could only move my eyes and neck, and even then, just barely. I couldn't use that monstrous power from before. My body was shivering, but that was nothing more than a psychological phenomenon. It wasn't happening by my own will. I didn't want my body to tremble. If I couldn't move it freely, then it wasn't my body. Or maybe I've never had free will ever since I was born. Nobody knows exactly where the soul resides. Bearing that in mind, how could anyone say that there was a soul inside this body of mine? But then where exactly was I now? Was I really here? Was I anywhere at all? In this shattered world where all stood still, where all that could be heard was the rain of death, suddenly another sound echoed through it. A solitary existence began to emerge from the sea of nothingness. Who are you? Is your skin so pale because it had been numbed by the chill of the rain? Or was it because you were already dead? And yet the girl wasn't shivering. And those eyes of hers, narrowly hidden by her bangs, don't look at me. They looked so terribly sad. They looked as if they held a hint of madness. They looked as if they reflected nothing. If she and I were the only ones left in the world, if we stared into each other's eyes like this for all eternity, Would my world be reduced to the reflection in her eyes? Would her world be reduced to reflection in my eyes? The only thing reflected in her eyes was me. The only thing reflected in my eyes was her. When I thought of it that way, the world immediately seemed so much smaller.
ね
Suddenly a flash of static reached my ears, one endlessly beautiful yet deeply discordant. She lowered her head and spread her arms wide, almost as if preparing to take off, to soar high above the rain clouds, or as if trying to catch all of the falling rain.
あなたを見つめる妄想
From where I was on the ground, I couldn't see the expression on that lowered head of hers. Behind this thin veil of rain, just what kind of face are you making?
殺してあげる
An angel? Were those dancing feathers of white blessing me, or... I see. I finally understand. She's going to use that to kill me. The girl slowly kneeled to the ground before my collapsed body. With her head still lowered, she gently took my own in her hands. I surrendered my body to her grasp. I was just relieved that she wasn't looking at me.
殺さなくちゃいけないの
In my ear, I heard a whisper, garbled by static. It was as beautiful as it was discordant.
ごめんごめんね
There's nothing to apologize for. If I don't disappear, the other me, the real me, will die. So that's why I'm okay with this. In fact, I'm really glad I get to be erased by you. It's not a bad end for a monster like me. I don't have any regrets. A warm, soft, gentle, sweet sensation. And miraculously, as if it were an anesthetic, the shiver in my body slowly began to die down. Her soft breath tickled my cheeks. It smelled so sweet. Suddenly I sensed something pressing against my chest. The large sword she held tore through my skin, bored into my flesh, weaved through my bones, and slowly sank through to the center of my body. But gifted with the anesthesia of her kiss, I no longer felt any pain. I would never have imagined that I would get such a kind death. Just as thought of it broke my heart, leaving me on the verge of tears. Trying to hide them, I looked past the girl's head and up towards the ashen sky, where the rain continued to pour. Okay, so I'm gonna guess I did wrong with the choices there. So I'm curious now. I'm very curious as to what exactly the good ending is, eh? I mean, yeah, that was kind of just a recreation of the original ending we got. So I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what exactly is the better ending, where I guess Ruby doesn't kill Takumi. And obviously, I'm going to have to look at the choices, because there were so many choices there. They're like yes or no, or yes or no. I just have to. There's no fucking way I can be like, okay, which choice should I make? Which was wrong here? I definitely doubted I could get on the first try, but you know, worth a shot, eh? But no, still fucking neat. Also, this run is really fucking short, so I guess this is the finale. I'm surprised by that. I thought there would be just a little bit more to this. No. It's just straight up just like, this is the fucking ending. It's like, here you go, damn. For the ending here. But, yeah. Let's see if, okay, I can just skip through that. Reach the Silent Sky ending. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have to fucking look at the spoiler for all these. This is the biggest, like, longest chain of choices here. So I think we can just like skip through all this. Let's see if we can do that, because that'd be fucking great. Chapter 10, Blue Sky. Okay, yes, we can. Alright, good. Thank you again. Okay, oh, I should have just reloaded the fucking save. Whatever. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to look at this. You are me. Yes.
僕は君
I am you. Yes.
僕なんていない
No.
君なんていない
No.
僕は僕じゃない
No.
あなたはみ
And now for the rest of these choices. This is all yes.
あなたは西条くん君は拓あなたは匠さんお前は西条
Yep.
あなたはタク
Yep.
僕は僕
Yep.
僕は妄想の存在
Yep.
僕は存在する
Yep.
僕は西条匠
Yes, you are.
僕はその声が聞こえた瞬間に意識が僕を固定した
Okay. I did everything yes. Because the first two are yeses. The next three are no's. Then yes. Alright.
ぐちゃぐちゃにかき回されていた世界が一気に収束する
This music is still awesome though.
僕の理想度が形作って収束する 僕は僕としての形に戻る。世界は世界としての形に戻る。僕は僕だ。
Fuck yeah. Alright. Oh shit, no, this is new. I can't skip this. I can see clearly now. All my wounds sealed. My top and bottom halves are connected. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. The pain is entirely gone. Serenity fills my
妄
thoughts.
想によく打ち勝ったね。僕の最後の力を君に託す。
I noticed Remy at the edge of my vision. She's okay. She's with me. Tears are falling down her face. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is new. What the fuck? Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, this is awesome. All the different discords. Directly behind me, space begins to warp. Prayers are brought into creation, the 6 gospels, or perhaps the impulses of 6 spirits. All too pure, all too graceful, all too dignified, all too sharp, all too ferocious, all too destructive, and all too awash with an ill-omened beauty. I accept every piece of them. The 6 blades rise above. Wistfully, or perhaps rapturously, they raise their shrieks. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is fucking awesome. Oh. Holy shit. Infused with my sword. Trying to hide them, I look past the girl's head up towards the ashen sky, where the rain continues to pour. Yes? Oh shit.
殺せない。
Her lips pull away from me. Her sad whispers trickle into my ears.
やっぱりタクを殺せないよ。
Oh. I feel no pain. Her sword isn't wheel-booted. My body isn't injured in the slightest.
でも消してくれなきゃ。本物の僕が。
Will die. He will die. That's why I should die instead. That way he can stay alive for just a little bit longer. I'm sure that's what you want too.
消して消すんだ僕を。
できない。
Remy lightly shakes her head. Those eyes of hers waver as they stare at me.
好きなの。
Oh.
あなたの弱さが好き。弱いくせに臆病なくせにボロボロになって私なんかを助けに来てくれた。
Oh.
その強さが好きなの。あなたと同じ時間をもっと過ごしたいの。あなたを失いたくない。あなたに生きていてほしい。
僕は化け物なんだ。
私だって同じだよ。
Is it okay for me to keep on living?
君がそれを選んだなら生きていていいんだ。
I hear a voice from the sky. And with that I understand. Because our minds are directly connected, I perceive a certain feeling. That right now, at this very moment, his wife just vanished.
匠が死んだんだね。
Oh. In that moment, Remy quickly sensed the emotions my face conveyed. Hesitating for a moment, I gave her a faint nod. Don't cry. I don't want you to cry. Feeling returns to my entire body. Warmth returns to my body as well. Even though my movements are still clumsy. Even though I'm still trembling. With the hand I can move, I take out a vermilion handkerchief. Remy's face is covered in tears. The droplets that are so beautiful, so clear. I softly wipe them away with all the memories you've given me.
僕も君が好きです。
Remy tightly clasped my hand, as if she wishes to cling to it forever, as if to confirm that we exist right here. The warmth within us is contagious. Both my and your temperatures melt together. The two of us look up at the sky. Without a doubt, it's covered by clouds. But
光は電磁場の波。その振動現象を人の視覚は色として捉え、
タク、その言葉。
words that only he and Remy should know. Words that he used to give Remy hope. And yet I know them, because I've seen his memories. He and I are one in body and soul. My memories and his are shared between us. His memories of the 17 years of life he lived were all passed down to me. And he vicariously experienced my own year and a half of life.
自分のデッドスポットに望む色を当てはめれば、僕たちのあの空の色は取り戻せる。
Oh. We know that color because of that image world of the only sea and sky. It's the color we gazed up at and burned into our memories. A beautiful Pacific. Suddenly the rain stops. In an instant the clouds vanish. It's clearing up. Coming back. Something that no matter where you look always seems to draw you in. Gently blankets the world. The blue sky above. Holy shit. Oh, I got tears in my eyes. She couldn't do it. No matter what, Remy couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She couldn't kill Takumi. She couldn't kill Takumi. Warrior boundary truth and delusions. Holy shit! What a game! What a what a game! What a fucking game! What a great novel, man! Like, holy shit! No wonder this turned into a series. God damn! This was so good. Oh, this was so good. This was so fucking good. This was so fucking good. I'm just saying. The whole theme of... First, it's a psychological game. I love psychological games. I just love psychological stories. If you've been around the channel, you should tell that by now. But the way this used it was so fucking good. And it felt like it was a psychological horror shonen. Is basically the best way I could put it. What this game feels like. It is a psychological horror shonen, and I loved every minute of it. I like this. This was really good. Some of the routes were a bit weak, yes, but still overall, still pretty damn fucking good. This was really fun. Really fun with Takumi as a very fascinating main character, as a both hateable and kind of at the beginning he's a hateable main character. He just is, but the more you get to learn about him, the more and more you understand why the way he is. And then all the girls too, with their own issues and all that, and the reasons why they have their discords and the Google maniacs and stuff like that. It's all so good. It was so good. It's just this game is really good. I like this a lot. And as a guy that only knew Steins Gate, and Steins Gate is still fantastic. No shade towards it. But I kind of wish more people knew about this one. Because this is deserving of praise. This is fantastic. And in the way it tells its story, and just the story it tells. It's so good. I love it. It's great. It's great. I don't know how else to put into words. I've loved reading through this, really. The many times I've read through this, because, my god, do you have to go through the game a couple bit of times in order to get those routes. I guess that's my only real major complaint of this game, is kind of the repetitiveness of, like, going through all the scenes again in order to get to the new routes. It's kind of repetitive. But that's really my only biggest complaint, really. Besides that, I enjoyed the story it told. It was really good. This was really good. This was really good. I'm glad I got to experience this as, like, it was kind of meant to be enjoyed by the Noah way. And also, once again, shouts out to the Committee of Zero for this translation patch, as I doubt I would get this great translations and stuff like that. Being uncensored dialogue and all that. The anime Saratan being left in rubble, where Takumi finally accepts reality and is able to live. Finally. Beautiful. But yeah, I mean, that was really fucking good. That was really, really, really good. Just in every way I could imagine. God. I'm trying to, like, still think of all the words I could put into this game. I mean, I've explained them over the past 30 episodes, right? Blue sky reached all endings. The Prelude Delusion of Zero has been unlocked? What the hell is that? Yeah, congratulations! Congratulations! What the hell is the Delusion of Zero? Whoa. Oh my god! Yeah! Sick! Okay, so what the hell is the... What's the Prelude of Zero? What the hell is that? I'll look into that in a minute. But yeah, this is really good. This is really good. This has been really good. I think honestly, like, really, I really love Takumi's like arc throughout this entire game. Like, I really do. And maybe partially, I kind of will wait to him on some aspects. Not every aspect, obviously, but some aspects of his character. So it was nice to see him grow and kind of confront who he was, and really, both in a, you know, like, power scaling sense and as just a character, finally realize he is a person that can be valued, that can be understood, and that he is not just a monster, that he is not just an otaku freak, that people do care for him. Like, that's great. Like, the mixing of power, like, it's a great mixing of both, you know, the fucking power system bullshit with the character arc of, like, finally being, accepting who he is as a person. Finally accepting that because of the help of the girls, really, and especially Remy. So I like that a lot. And all the other girls, they have their own character arcs and shit like that, and it's really... It's sad, but you know what? At least we had a happy ending. Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy. Even though Takumi is gone, Takumi still exists. You know what I mean? He is still able to live on within this new existence. But before I end this, I'm curious about this prelude. What the hell is this? I've never heard of this. What the fuck? Delusions of Zero, a Chaos Head prelude. What? What the hell is this? Before I pass on, allow me to recount my memories leading to this moment. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world. Those are the words of Albert Einstein. When his delusion, E equals MC squared, embraced the world, how had the men felt? Yes, what you surmise is true. The famous gifted physicist was, in fact, a gigomaniac. And a fairly exceptional one, at that. My power is undoubtedly pale in comparison to his. Yet despite my saying so, I unknowingly brought a similar delusion into existence. Oh. To deny that reality would be a fool's errand, for my delusion has already spread far across the world. Fun times to the square of 10 times integer to the power of 40 equals IR2. I believe I was in the 4th grade when I materialized that formula. It was also around that time when my body first began to suffer various abnormalities. Ever since its very birth, that delusion has slowly eroded my body. In a mere 6 months, I was no longer able to walk unassisted. This comes from the perspective of Shogun. At the time, I was not aware of my status as a gigomaniac. I somehow managed to continue attending classes, but I proved unable to participate in an upcoming field trip due to my worsening condition. And so, despite my intense anticipation for the event, my parents forbade me from attending, which birthed in me a fierce resentment toward them for a time. Yeah, okay. From that moment onward, my delusions continued to engorge. Delusions synonymous with nothing but pure envy. These very delusions would go on to injure my classmates who had gone on the field trip without me and kill the chaperoning teacher. Only then did I come to realize that I harbored a terrifying power. I was admitted to the hospital soon after. More time would pass, and eventually all the doctors present gave up on diagnosing my condition. All the doctors, save for one. Narusake and Ichi. Okay. Although I was fairly young when I first encountered him, it only took a glance to understand this man's true sinister nature. The two of us were alike, after all, two souls far removed from common sense. Naturally, because of this fact, his proposed treatment for my condition was denied, and it was dismissed from my case. I was fortunate in that his successor turned out to be Dr. Takashina. Well, so much for him. Before Norose departed, however, I took the time to peer into his mind and learned of both Project Noah and Nozomi technology. The very hospital I had been admitted to also served as the lair of my enemy. If nothing was done, my delusion would be utilized by Project Noah, and grave consequences would befall the world. When I realized this, I immediately attempted escape, but that was when I grasped a terrifying truth. Only as a result of my treatment had I come to reach a form of stability. In other words, my body had already deteriorated to a point where I could no longer survive outside the hospital. I was intensely aware of the fact that my enemies were always near. I kept them at bay with delusions, but my body grew weaker with each person I stayed, a vicious cycle that only served to further extend my stay at the hospital. If this were to continue, my capture by Norose would be inevitable. With no other options left to me, I was forced to erase every trace of my existence. I had ceased attending classes sometime prior to that point, so upon my classmates' graduation from elementary school, I executed my plan. Our treatment of Nishijou Takumi has proven successful, and he has thus been discharged from the hospital. That is the fiction I created, one I implanted into the minds of my parents as well as the entirety of the hospital staff. Any person who had any possibility of coming into contact with Norose was put under this impression. Okay. Then, using my delusions, I isolated myself in a hospital room separated from the rest of the building. But I was not able to alter everyone's memories. My younger sister, Nanami, proved to be an exception. Only she was able to enter the room with no semblance of difficulty. She did not even seem to recognize the room as separate from the hospital. Of course, whenever she took it upon herself to visit the hospital, I crafted a delusion, allowing her to remain unseen by anyone present. Nanami, while quite childish, showed nothing but concern for me during my time in the hospital. Even on my darkest days, she put forth her best effort to care for me. Those moments showed me how strong she truly was, and I found myself unable to steal her memories away from her. Nanami, however, was not the only exception. This was the time I came to know a girl named Sakahata Remy. Remy had been confined to the hospital's basement for nearly a year. Finally, we get to know how they met. Every day, she would face brutal, ceaseless torture at the hands of Naruse, but no matter how hard I tried to call out to her, my voice would never reach her. It was only upon her eventual awakening as a gigomaniac that I had finally managed to synchronize with her delusion. In that moment, I entered the world inside her mind, her image world. Whether that was truly for the best, I have yet to determine. The delusions she carries within her are endlessly sorrowful, and yet they are also her reality. Unable to face it, she had killed her own heart and mine numerous times before I'd met her, destroying all remnants of her past selves. The formula born from my delusions had brought this girl endless suffering. Yeah, God, that is a point, isn't it? Because of the formula Takumi created, Noah was therefore the torture of fucking Remy. Of every girl, pretty much, isn't it? Well, not the former. Well, I think it'd just be Remy and Elise, really. But still, for all these reasons, I saved her. My delusionary powers allowed me to travel anywhere, In reality, my body is still incapable of walking, but I am able to create a door that leads to any destination, which explains how the fuck he gets anywhere. Producing these delusions requires a great deal of strength, however, forcing me to only use it sparingly. Yet, despite this fierce tax on my body, I would not hesitate to give my life if it meant stopping Project Noah, a project I had effectively founded when I allowed my delusion to spread across the world. And so, upon isolating myself, I began to pour every ounce of strength into halting the advancement of Project Noah. However, the skill my enemies possessed matched my own, rendering my efforts useless. They had established a defensive strategy, and with it, the search for me had begun. If I were to make even one mistake, I would be discovered in an instant and captured. This manhunt would only serve to increase the danger Nanami was in, as the two of us were family. I had no desire to involve anyone in this fight, so I hid myself away from the world. In the end, I was naive, and 3 years went by entirely wasted. During that time, I conjured numerous delusions, but each only served to weaken me further. If this were to continue, there would be no way of stopping Project Noah. For this reason, I decided to give birth to you. To achieve this end, I had to sever every link I had left to society. My final remaining connection to the outside world, to my normal life, was Nanami. Because of this, I was forced to erase all memory she had of me. I know that my actions caused her a great deal of pain. In our last moments together, it was clear how deeply hurt she was. Even so, I knew that pain was sure to leave her momentarily. As long as she forgot about me, she would be able to return to her normal life. Wishing only for her happiness, I liberated her from the burden known as myself. It was with Remy that I miscalculated. Naturally, I tried to erase her memories as well. I wanted her to forget about her awakening as a gigglomaniac, about her sickly torture at the hands of Narose, and that she had ever met me. I wanted to give her a normal life. However, Remy is an exceptionally skilled gigglomaniac. No matter how many times I tried to overwrite her memories, my delusions were deflected without fail. It was clear she was very experienced in locking away her heart, all while wearing the brightest of smiles on her face. My attempts have borne no fruit. I abandoned all hope of altering her memories and thus redirected my efforts. Creating a human from nothing proved difficult, even with the power of delusions. I've come to know that the human soul is incredibly delicate, that it is as elaborate as it is precise. In order to create you, I focused completely on the personality the delusions would form. For an entire month's time, you were all I thought about. In a way, it was quite similar to falling in love, though I myself have never known the feeling. Oh, damn. If you were to come to know this, I'm sure you would feel repulsed. Essentially, you are me. My memories, my abilities, and finally my name. I've entrusted them all to you. The moment you are born, I will no longer be the boy known as Nishijou Takayumi. From that moment on, I shall take on the moniker Shogun. Why Shogun, you may ask? Well, I quite like Togu Shogun. That is all there is to it. With that being said, once you are born, your role will no doubt be a very painful one. First and foremost, you must awaken as a gigglomaniac. To meet this end, you will have to endure an extreme mental load, a grave, unforgiving strain on your psyche. Once you awaken and grasp your discord, the battle against Nozomi technology will begin. The battle to stop Project Noah. That is my ultimate goal, and by extension, yours. But that would be remiss if I did not say this. My reason for creating you was incredibly selfish, but I had no other choice. I cannot do this on my own. I hope you can find it in yourself to forgive me. Damn. When the curtain finally falls, you will be free. Once you are granted this freedom, please grant me this in turn. I ask that you turn a blind eye to my selfish desires, including forcing these memories onto you. And I ask that you be a good older brother to Nanami. Please. If I had the ability, I would have done this all myself. I would have done it while dreaming of the peace I would see once it all came to a close. It is a pleasure to meet you, Nishijou Takayumi. Yet, this is also goodbye, Nishijou Takayumi. Welcome to the world. Harsh battles await you, as do infinite possibilities. As long as the blue sky above exists, that fact can never be denied. You are me, and at the same time, you are also you. A hospital room none would visit, dyed orange by the setting sun. Clutching her knees silently in one of its corners, Sakata Rumi noticed something strange occurring in Nishijou Takayumi's bed. His breathing had quickened, his chest reduced to mere skin and bone, rose and fell rapidly with each breath. With a low gasp, Remy watched as innumerable foreign vines slowly radiated from the bed's center. A delicate construct that appeared both metallic yet organic, with a beauty that rivaled even the most breathtaking of sights. Vines of such description colored the room. They crept and crawled over the walls and floor, overtaking every inch of the close space the two resided in. Like the veins of a leaf, shards of a translucent glass emerged from the surface of the vines, each pulsating with a flickering red light. Together, it was reminiscent of an 8-headed serpent, each branch possessing its own will. Nishijou Takayumi's Discord. Wow, shit. Remy had seen it only once before, but at the same time it had been confined to one of his weak, frail hands, wrapped around it as tight as could be. Nishijou Takayumi remained motionless on the bed. In spite of Remy's attempts to inhibit him, she realized he had been successful in creating another self. As she gazed upon him, memories resurfaced of the time she had asked him if he intended to die as a result of his actions. To this, he had merely nodded. Soon the pulsing glow of the Discord covering the walls began to dim, and before long the vines began to dry and crack. As they crumbled around her, Remy slowly rose to her feet. Taking care not to run into any thorns, she cautiously made her way over to the bed. Standing by his side, she lifted her hand and gently caressed Shogun's desiccated cheek. Still, he continued to breathe. Would he ever regain consciousness someday? At that moment in time, somewhere in Shibuya, another Nishijou Takayumi had been born. Would she ever come to meet him someday? Until that day came, she would continue to wait here, for she had no family, for she had nowhere else to go, for she had no home to return to, no one waiting for her. Gazing out the window, Remy looked to the many skyscrapers of Shibuya, each dyed a deep orange by the twilight, as a single trickle of tears slid down her cheek. All of this came a mere 18 months before the Shibuya collapse. That was really good. I liked that a lot. That actually explained a lot of good shit. And it actually made me even more sympathetic to Shogun, really. Because he did feel responsible. As much as I said over and over again, it's unfair for Takayumi to be created as a pretty much weapon. What was Shogun supposed to do? What was Shogun supposed to do in order to crush this delusion he had created by accident as a kid? This horrible invention, this formula able to destroy the world, essentially. Tips. Well then, that was really good. I like that a lot. That was a great addition right at the end there. Kind of both the beginning and the end there. Full circle moment. As we finally understand all of the other loose ends. But yeah, as I've said before, this story was great. This was a great fucking story. The characters were great. The story itself was interesting. And I loved it. I loved it. I really, I am going to be playing the other science adventure titles in the future. So they're obviously not a one-hit wonder with Steins Gate, obviously. they've been swinging since the fucking start, baby. With this, like, absolutely, they have been just swinging out there. And yeah, in the future, not right away, just putting that out there. In the future, I will be playing the other science adventure games like Chaos, fucking Child, Robotics Notes, and the others, since I'm quite interested in those as well, and see what other cast of characters we will meet. And but yeah, like, this was great. This was such a fun time. It made me tear up a lot of fucking times, and hey, if a story's able to make me tear up, it must be a good damn fucking story. But yeah, this was great. This was overall just a great time. Obviously, I still have a couple things I'm missing, such as the rest of the bad delusions and the DLC costumes or whatever. And if people really want it, I'll, like, if people really ask for it, maybe I'll make like a bonus video of like checking out the rest of the, you know, evil delusions and like check out the DLC costumes if people really want it. But I think for right now, this was great. This was a great game, great story. Loved it. Really loved it. Some of the routes a little meh. But I wouldn't say any of them were bad, just meh. That's it. That's all it is. But overall, this was great. I love this. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this Let's Play too. If you did, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you tell me something, put it down in the comments below. And heck, if you even want to suggest to me another game to play, you can put it down in the comments down below, as I am always looking out for new games to play and new stories to hear. But yeah, you can also check out the Discord server in Richard down in the description below. And yeah, this has been Voidlego. I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play. See ya!